Hi guys, Maria here, your bestie from another testy. So today I wanted to talk about how you can avoid becoming your own worst captor in the realm of marriage, especially if you're Asian, because in Asian cultures, we have so much pressure to get married by a certain age. We want to make sure our parents are pleased with us. We want to make sure we fit the status quo and our lives are moving along nicely. We are told that we need to have children by a certain age. And if we've been dating somebody for X number of years, then they're like, okay, so it's about time that you get married and have kids because we want grandkids. And then what happens? You inevitably end up marrying somebody that you didn't really want to. And that's for the rest of your life, because marriage is till do or die. If you are in this situation and you feel stuck or you feel lost, you don't know what to do, I want to be the person to tell you, look, it's okay if you don't know what to do, but don't listen to other people trying to make you live the life that they want you to live, because this is your life. If you're unhappy in your future marriage, you're the one paying the price, not them. If you're the one who feels super stuck and you want to even, throw yourself off a bridge, or you want to just run away and leave the country, it's on you. It's not on them. So nobody else should have the right to dictate to you how you live your life and who you choose to marry and when to do so. And I know maybe this is, pretty unconventional, but it just seems so sad to me. Like the other day I was watching a video and it was by a lady, a woman, and I forgot who she was, but she was talking about the phenomenon in Korea where there's actually quite a lot of infidelity in the marriages there. And I'm sure, of course, this isn't like a Korea specific phenomenon, but isn't that so sad? Because this is the person that you said you were going to commit to. And so if you said that in front of, God or your parents or people who are watching you do this, choosing this person for the rest of your life, and then meanwhile, a few months or a few years down the road, you end up, being in this hotel or this person's condo or with this mistress, that mistress, people got their dalliances on the side. What the heck does your word mean then? And why did you choose that route if you were not happy to begin with? If you knew deep down inside that this wasn't the person for you. Now, if you're not married yet, this is the time to really take a few minutes to reflect on where you're at, to reflect on what you truly want. If you're in a relationship, but that relationship doesn't seem like it's the right one for you, maybe that person talks down to you, maybe that person doesn't treat you with that much respect, maybe you guys don't have that many things in common, maybe you're not that compatible in personality, maybe he does a bunch of things that you don't like, maybe she has a bunch of friends that you don't like. There's so many different things that we need to be aware of, and that may matter down the road. So it's up to us to develop the discernment to analyze and then to say, okay, is this a big enough deal for me to end it? Only you know that, okay? Only you know that. But it's important that you ask that question and you don't just brush it under the rug and you say, you know what, I'm sure it's fine. Like, I want to get married anyway because my mom said, I'm already 32 and that's way too old. Oh my goodness, you know what's really, really way worse than being 32 and unmarried is when you're 42 and you know your husband is cheating on you. You know he has another way younger girlfriend somewhere across town. You know when he flies on his business trips, he's leaving you with the kids, and there's no way you can leave because you're married to him and now you're dependent on him financially. And you know he's visiting this person, that person, this person on his trips. And you can't do nothing about it. Maybe you scream at him. Maybe you threaten him. But this is what you signed up for. And in order to save face and to not create a fuss in front of your parents who urged you into this situation, in front of both your families, in front of your friends who know both of you, now you're stuck and you have to turn a blind eye because that's the person you're married to. Or maybe in a few years' time, you do end up having a really, really ugly divorce that drains you so much emotionally and financially. And then you think back to your 32-year-old self and you ask yourself, I saw these warning signs. Why didn't I just stop and look at it for what it was and tell myself it's okay to put a halt to it, even if everyone around me is urging me to keep going because I see something that I'm not comfortable with. Sometimes we have to be the person to protect our lives. Our lives are our lives. This is what we have to live. And it's up to us to defend it, to protect it, to keep it going down a path that we like and that makes us feel good. Whether that's in your relationships, your jobs, anything where you have options to either take something that is less than, that is not really too desirable, something that's mediocre, something that you're just settling for. I mean, there's so many times we can just settle for somebody, that we can settle for a job. And then the time just rushes by and you find yourself 3 years, 5 years, 10 years later, and you've been unhappy the whole time. Now, is that the life that you want to live? If that is, and you're okay with having like a partner who, you know, either yells at you or hits you or cheats on you or doesn't mind the children at all, doesn't mind you at all, doesn't show you any affection, it's just, you know, like you're living in this limbo, like this marriage where it's supposed to be like your beautiful safe space where the two of you can expand in your love and in how you are as people and where you can support each other. But instead, it's like a gross caricature of that because all you've done is create something to save face. And so if you're thinking, okay, well, I mean, this all sounds good, but like, what do I even look for if I'm going to start dating somebody who is actually somebody that I want to be with? Well, first of all, look for the warning signs. Look for the signs like, for example, you know, you guys are out eating, you know, when they just snap at the server. Like that's a classic example. They don't treat other people that well. Maybe they treat you very well right now, but if they don't have it in them to show other people that basic respect, that that person is a human and they deserve to be talked to like somebody of value, then later on, who's to say it won't happen to you? That's one key one. Second one is, do they have a wandering eye? Do they go and you just catch them seeking glances? Do you see them on their phone and maybe they're looking at like all sorts of shit out there like you don't even know? Do they potentially like look at, OF? Do they look at like a bunch of shorts and reels where it's just like busty babes, right? Like it's not hard for men to cheat. It's not hard for anybody to get what they want sexually from their devices right now. And it's really a matter of that person's integrity and their respect for themselves and their respect for you as the person they're in a relationship with to not do that, to abstain from it. And if they're able to commit to you, then that means that they say no to certain things. Another one, just to keep the attraction there, is how do you guys chat with each other? How is the communication between you guys? Is it very comfortable and friendly and fun? And do you feel really good talking to them? Do they say things that support you, that show you that, look, I see what you're going through and I want to make sure you're going to be okay going through it? Or do they cut you down? Do they interrupt you? Do they dismiss what you're saying? I mean, how they treat you now as, just a person that they talk to is not really going to change, and it's probably going to get worse as the years go by. So if you don't feel good talking to them now, imagine decades talking to this person. Is that future something you look forward to? So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope all that makes sense to you. And, if you're in a situation like this, you got this, because what you know and what is truly right for you is actually deep inside in your intuition. It's deep inside, and your heart will tell you. It will tell you and let you know what it wants and what it feels, as long as you open up to it. Okay? Anyway, good luck with everything, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye bye.